pleasure, then from thee much more must flow. One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights, because today we will be beginning our story reading of When Elegies Are Ashes. It's been a while, and I swear, bro, I swear, just one more Victorian epilogue, I swear, and then we're finally done with the whole fucking country. Surely. We still got one last thread, one last storyline to wrap up before we say goodbye to Victoria for now. We gotta wrap up everything that's happening between the Terrans, Dublin, and whatever is going the fuck on with Londinium. I don't know. Somehow, we got Eblana as an operator in all of this. As far as we know, it doesn't matter what your morals are, as long as you're probably a head of state, you'll have at least an amicable relationship with Rhodes Island, and that's how you get associated as an operator somehow through gameplay or gotcha reasons. Anyway, we are once again back at it again. Let's just finish up our housekeeping. First time logging in today. It's been a while. So far, this isn't actually the last plot thread from the Victorian saga. Aside from the whole Dublin thing, there's still one more plot thread that has yet to be addressed so far, which we still have to continue and probably in future events, which is Nerl and the followers. So there's still that. Whatever's going on with them and taking on the Confessarius. But for now, we gotta address the elephant in the room. What's gonna happen with the Terrans? The war is finally over. So far, Eblana helped out with the war. I don't know how this is gonna pan out. I have never doubted the political acumen of Arknights writers. So I have no doubt that they're gonna do justice to the Terrans as an oppressed peoples. So I have no doubt about that. My main doubts about this event is how they're gonna make sense of Eblana leaving NPC jail, absolving her of her numerous morally ambiguous war crimes of necromancy and low-key fascism that she's trying to lead Dublin with. How Reed's gonna how Reed's gonna butt heads with her in the same way. How they're gonna find, I don't know, a middle ground to lead their nation of Terrans. Dublin, the Irish analog. This is how you know Arknights is fiction, because the Irish apparently are gonna get land back. And they're gonna be a sovereign state, I think? Question mark? Let's find out where this event actually goes. Let us head in to when Elegies are ashes. I haven't actually redeemed any of my points. There's still 14 days left. It's a fine. Flickering shadows. Now, I also want to find out. I want to find out more backstory on the whole Aslan's and Draco rulership, situationship, whatever those two bloodlines have had going on in Victoria for the past few centuries. What's been going on with them? Why do we have a big Draco skeleton around this huge castle? Lots to think about, lots to ponder about. Walk through the night, EA-ST-1. Stories, ballads, bonfires. Those gathered here have nothing, yet also everything. Let's turn the volume up.
To reclaim her kingdom
Holy
from
shit.
the foes, the Red
Voice
Dragon
acting?
Breed sought the aid of a shadowy force, the dark mist that haunted in the forest.
Voice acting in my
The Red
Arknights?
Dragon breathed the fire of death, while the dark mist herded their foes into the blazing flames. Thus, the battle was won, and the
Doesn't go
kingdom was
automatically.
hers. The thorn-choked fields began to stir with life once again. Yet the deadly fire still crept across the land. The fields withered, the living faltered. The newborn perished before they could bloom, while the passing lingered, bound to this land. The Red Dragon would not abide the death going unrestrained. Her wish was firm. Life to life, death to death. Resolute in her purpose, she sought to cease the spreading fire. As Samhain drew near, she gathered those touched by the tainted flames into her lair.
Not gonna lie, I do appreciate that we have voice acting technology now in 2025. Arknights, still just a tiny indie game company. Hypergriff, still a small indie game company that makes more than 50 million a year. But it looks like they could finally afford a few lines of voice acting in their events now. Congratulations! Now do the entire event. Let's try getting entire event's voice now. And that is the story of the Red Dragon. But what comes after? What about the people tainted by the flames of death? There is no after. That's all I've written. That simply will not do. Everything has an ending, and those endings don't much care if you think they'll do, miss. Mysterious woman, and yet it is for an altogether different reason that you hide yourself in a dilapidated pub after publishing your work. How ridiculous. This is Mr. Writer-Mans, Mr. Narrator. A lot of things are ridiculous. Do you simply enjoy keeping people in suspense? Is your spirit soothed by tales of readers desperate to know the ending? Some overly enthusiastic messengers did manage to find me to deliver some fan mail. You must have been rather pleased. Pleased? I didn't even read them. Just tossed them in the fireplace. How impertinent. Moreover, not a single story in your collection doesn't cut off unceremoniously. Truly impertinent. Simple, really. I can't write an ending to save my life. You'd best head home now, miss. You're clearly well educated, and a ramshackle pub like this doesn't suit you. Don't fret yourself over half-finished stories. Why the hurry to show me the door? Perhaps I can help you. Who is this? Is this Reed or Ablana? Or some other third secret woman? The author takes measure of the woman once more, even with a hood over her head. Is it Reed? You can see how pale her face is. She must be very sickly, he thinks. The moment she arrived in this abandoned village, she went straight to the pub. She had clearly done her research and seems unlikely to give up anytime soon. After ruminating, he picks up a sticky mug left among the cards and chips strewn across the table and down a mouthful of rancid beer. Alright then. So what kind of ending were you thinking? Why should I be the one to come up with it? You're the writer, not me. I simply wish to offer my own story to spark your imagination. Your own story? Wait, are you another survivor? Did you also narrowly escape death in that city last autumn? Only those who have experienced the truth for themselves would recognize what your stories are based on. The Red Dragon of Tara. Well, go ahead then. All ears. Farewell. Deep in the ruins of the former royal capital of Tara, long since destroyed by catastrophe. Story time! This is where Reed and group were at. On one uneventful yet peaceful day, the flame burning in the metal stove was snuffed out. This was no urgent matter, but the Red Dragon came all the same. Eblana? Does it resist being lit? Or is it that not even an ominous outsider, newly come after centuries of silence, can relight old longings and resentments nearly worn away by time? Or perhaps I simply need to be less reserved. A purple flame dances around the stove. Under its light, the Red Dragon's face looks even paler than before. Hey, yo! New Draco Mans? Hold up, new character? Who is this? They got purple flames around them. Are you awake? Or must I remind you who you are? Pathetic Red Dragon who cast aside his crown and wandered the wilderness for 20 years, only to be murdered by his closest kin on his return. The Habreath. I hope I said that right. The exiled king, correct? Exiled king. He's a Draco? Is he a ghost? The past? Oh yeah, right, never mind. You brought him back to life because of your necromancy. Hold up. It truly is a pity seeing someone still in shock at his own bloody death, 600 years after the fact. 600 years. Give or take. The true date of your death has long been forgotten. I'm shocked, yes. Not at my death. More the fact that, after 600 years, the Dracos have once again produced an aberration spewing the flames of death. They even let you grow to adulthood without strangling, Crib. Did the Victorians bid you rouse me from death's slumber? Or did you hide that ridiculous crown from them beneath your bed? Victoria no longer yokes the Red Dragon. The Tower of today heeds no foreign master. Not bad. Tell me then, is it popular to wake the dead to deliver good news these days? Sorry, I've nothing to reward you with. Now if that's all, you'd be best on your way. With my flames burning within you, you won't be ending this with a few trifling pleasantries. Labreathic. I'll just call them Labrea. Ending. My ending came long ago. You're the one with unfinished business, yeah. I'm also not pulling out my Irish accent because, quite frankly, I haven't had it workshopped. So, we're just reading through this with no funny business.
Look, I get it. They're the flames of death after all. They'll get you to all kinds of trouble. Life and death getting jumbled up. Birds of undying beasts. Newborn cubs having their lives snuffed out before you know it. The works. So, how big a mess are we talking here? A field, a city, countryside.
I set all of Tara alight to free her from Victoria's heel.
You... what?
Let her be razed to the ground. Let Tara become a nation of the dead. Either way, the flames of death will seek a new kindling. Or so I thought at first. But allowing so many lives to fade away simply because I'm out of ideas, well, that would be awfully imprudent of me. And so I came to you. Tell me, what should I do to cleanse these deathly flames from the fields of Tara?
Only that were empty bluster.
Go ahead, use your imagination.
I've heard enough. What I'm about to say isn't for you, but for all the people still willing to call themselves Terrans. Those tainted by your flame, marching towards death, yet renounced by life itself, will never return to them. This goes without saying for the corpses marching behind you, obviously. But the same holds for those who still live yet walk like the dead. There is no medicine that can save them. Gather them together, so that their fires do not taint others.
Appeasement? Is that all you can suggest?
Ha! Of course not. Next, find another red dragon, assuming you haven't already slaughtered your king, of course. Find a real red dragon, one whose flames warms others' lives. Let things return to as they once were, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, life to life, death to death.
Is that all you know?
It is, ignorant young dragon.
Then it seems you don't know much more than I do. Well, we have to find Reed. I feel like if the newly refounded nation of Tara only had Eblana to lead them, it's just gonna crumble in like a couple years, decades maybe. We need some stability. We need Reed. We need Reed to steady the ship. I get it. Eblana was the spear when it came to Terran liberation in Victoria. However, spears don't lead countries. Spears don't grow nations. There needs to be a warm fire that you could rest by in order to sleep peacefully and grow. And Eblana's fire is not necessarily that. The red dragon does not even bother to sneer at him. She simply turns and leaves. She passes by a ruined home, faint yellow candlelight seeping through the cracks. This is the wilderness where the dead roam. No one should be living here, and so she knocks on the door. Is this the pub?
Oh, who are you?
Who am I is unimportant. What's important is, why are you living out here?
I came because there aren't any Victorians here to knock at my door and rob the food I dug up myself, alongside my savings. 5 years ago on a night like this, a wicked caster came by, killing the Victorians as they closed in, step by step. I offered him beast meat, grains, freshly brewed wine, but he told me he didn't need any of it. What he needed was a fire fueled by those who would happily burn themselves away. And so my only son, Keith, left home and followed him.
What a noble soul.
Then 3 years ago, someone knocked on my door in the middle of the night again. It was Keith. my Keith. He no longer spoke, or wept, or even breathed. He just stood there, his body covered in purple flames.
How tragic.
It gets worse. I buried him. He refused to rot away in the earth. Instead, he dug himself out, and now his corpse is wandering endlessly the wilds.
Gee, I wonder whose fault that is.
Which is why I'm still living here. Are you one of that caster's friends? Are you here to lay Keith to rest?
I am. Ah, here he comes. A walking corpse, wreathed in purple flame for all to see, shambles towards the two. Then, the red dragon presses the point of her spear against the corpse's chest. The fire rages so hot that it sears away its flesh in an instant, leaving nothing more than ash. But an idle thought crosses the old man's mind. The fire did not seem to burn out, but instead went up along the spear to return to the dragon's red body. And what of you? You're also tainted by the purple flames of death, are you not? The old man looks himself over but sees no flames licking his body like they did with his only son. But to the dragon, the flame consuming him was even brighter than that of the dead.
If you mean sorrow, anger, and hatred, then you're right, witch. But the Victorians taxed me in coin, while you and your ilk taxed me in blood. Together you've taken all I have. I've been empty inside for a while now. The only thing keeping me standing here are those so-called flames of yours.
Then what if I were to take them back? What would you say to that?
I'd say you're late.
The old man closes his eyes, facing the point of the red dragon's spear. He can feel the fires of anger and sorrow propping him up, burble as they flow into her hand. As they leave his body, his muddled consciousness leaves with them. He can sense that death is near, but considering how stagnant his life has become, he no longer fears it. But the fires suddenly stop flowing.
Why won't you kill me?
Because you no longer need to be killed. The spirit once told me that life will never once again grace those tainted by the flames of death. Now I see he was right. Now I see he was right, the red dragon answered coldly. How's that for an ending? I took what I heard from the old man and added a bit of spice. Shouldn't be too jarring an addition to your story, I would think.
Throwing in the ghost of a legendary exiled king, are we? It'll do, but do you really need the ending to my story at this point?
What you've seen clearly differs from what I saw. I must see it through your eyes, hear it through your ears.
You're not one of those bored toffs who's into piecing together the truth, are you?
I've never once considered the truth boring.
Well, seeing as we both managed to make it out of the hellhole alive, I can pass you all the drafts I abandoned in the process of observing, thinking, writing. But as for now, how those stories actually end, I couldn't say. Since you were talking about the Red Dragon, how about I start there too?
The writer pours another half mug of beer directly into his belly, glances at the woman with a hint of provocation, then begins to tell his tale. Storytime Part 2. If you have ever made the journey to the Red Dragon's lair, we call Nezeru. Well, I gotta practice my Irish. Or Gaelic. Is that Irish or Gaelic? No matter how briefly, you will never forget the dark woods along the way. They are dismal and damp, filled with a gloomy mist and fae who love playing tricks on men, a labyrinth of darkest black. It is said that, of all the people who have entered, not one has ever left without the forest's permission. Even if it does open its bows to allow you passage, The mischievous Fae will still lead you astray, jeering at your clumsy movements all the while, but once they finally leave you be. And that is read. It will become as beautiful as a painting that should not exist in this realm. The Red Dragon, along with the people who have followed her all this way, step into the lair without the slightest hesitation, leaving that beautiful sight behind them. They entered the forest. Nezeru, the heart of Tara, the Red Dragon's lair. Which dragon, you ask? Guess you really do enjoy piecing together the truth. Must be thinking I think you don't know a damn thing, so I'm trying to mislead you. Well, since you're already so well informed, no need for me to beat around the bush. The heart of Tara, the Red Dragon's lair. We're finally here. Thank heavens! The whole trip from the Scantha Fields has felt like one long dream. Will my family really be safe here? But this land is more than just idyllic pastures and fields. Tara's capital was never directly involved in Londinium's war, but there's been a never-ending spate of infiltrations and noble rebellions going on in the background around Nezeru, especially after the Red Dragon marched her troops towards Londinium. It wouldn't be incorrect to say a minor war took place here.
Sorry, Reed. I was just happy as can be. Didn't mean anything else by it.
No, a homecoming should be a happy affair. Know any songs about the city or the dark woods, Morin?
Only the one, and it doesn't really fit the mood.
Oh, just sing it.
I stepped into the dark woods one morn.
That's a sign for me to stop singing.
Falling to the mists of horror, I trod upon the road heading to war. No pipes a singing, nor battle drums a roar.
Only the bells behind me, through dew and fog, their rings do soar. This whole way back, I've been trying to come up with
a new verse to add, but I've been lacking inspiration. You seem even more anxious than before, Reed. Was that tune really that much of a downer?
No, it's nothing to do with the song. It's a good song. Loshini does not finish her sentence. Behind her, the refugees step out of the forest one after the other. Compared to the display of leaping colors they just emerged from, Nezeru seems stiff and dour. However, aside from Loshini, nobody minds. All they know is that they have finally ended their long sojourn. They have finally reached the journey's end. They have returned home. Oh, okay. Morin was a woman's. Got it. So what next? Someone will be coming to help us once they're here. Loshini spots a figure slowly walking over from the city. It must be the man here to greet them, but the last time they met, he had wanted to kill her. Let me guess. Trilby Asher? She subconsciously puts her arms out to shield Morin at her side, or is it, the second in command of Eblana? That dude. Okay, yep. Why are you here?
I've come to welcome you.
What?
I'll be escorting you into Nezeru to meet Her Highness Eblana. Don't worry, you'll never have to see me again. Not unless absolutely necessary.
Indeed. The issues we could resolve without meeting, she and I already resolved in the gastro.
Please follow me. As your entourage, due to security concerns, I will make other arrangements for them.
No, they are Terrans too. They must enter with me. I promise them.
Well, I would love to acquiesce. Truth be told, the majority of our citizens are unaware that there is a second Red Dragon. Namely you.
I can guarantee that they will keep it secret.
This is where you and Her Highness disagree.
Then do you mean to say that my sister will ensure they do? This is precisely why I must bring them into Nezeru. New character! Hold up! I may have an idea that may satisfy both parties, if you'd care to hear it.
I brought you here, Wake Woman, not simply as an overseer for settling citizens, but also for your discretion in sensitive matters. I hope this idea of yours isn't mere wishful thinking. If so, know that even you will no longer be welcome here.
Of course, of course. As you so eloquently put it, Nezeru is indeed unable to so readily open its gates to our errant countrymen. But I'm headed to the village of the Wakemen tomorrow to ask for some sacred instruments. Seeing how these people have nowhere else to go, I can have them stay at the village for now. Wakemen? Isn't that some sort of codename plucked straight from the old legends? My people have been relegated to song and story for many years, true. Those of us who live around the ruins rarely ever leave. I'm just an oddball. Which is why I can promise you that. Well, no word of the Red Dragon will leave the village. What is a Wake Woman? I really want to trust you, but... Are you really one of them? The Wakemen? Warren? Before my great-grandpa passed, Grandma, she asked for a traditional burial held by a Wakeman. Our family searched all over as best as we could and we never found one. All we could do was pass it off as the ramblings of a dying woman. But she was a woman with her head on straight, not the type to mix things up with legends. If she said something was real, it's as real as it can be. Besides, I've heard many stories of your kind. I'm willing to trust you. Then please don't betray that trust, Wake Woman. Naturally. Alright. What say you, Mr. Brigadier?
Go.
So the two factions of Dublin finally met up together. A piece of land in the heart of Tara. However, the things are gonna get complicated. There are two red dragons. However, Eblana kinda needs Reed's fire specifically. I don't know, grow this nation and community. She can't just lead it with scary necromantic fire, surely. Surely, right? No one's gonna die here. We're just two red dragon siblings leading over a country. Nemos, who are these people? Sorry for making trouble for you even after I left. They're Terrans with no place to call home. The Nezeru can't take them in at the moment, so I thought maybe... We made an exception many years ago by not forbidding you from leaving. We have even less reason to admit these strangers we know nothing about. Oh, what if we're not here to be admitted to the Wakemen, ma'am? Morin? Once when I still dreamt of being a wandering bard, I collected the legends of the Wakemen, sought out your people, and told your tales. But in the end, my dreams of both bardhood and Wakemen were shattered to pieces. Only now, when all I want is to go home, do I run into you. If the legends are true, your people live ascetic lives. You only come in contact with outsiders to hold funerals, letting the souls of the departed find rest in fire. Correct. We came here with... No, we're just folks from all across Tara seeking refuge. Not one of us is qualified to join you. We're just looking for a place to stay for a day or two. I promise you we'll follow your laws and customs as best as we can. We won't trouble you any more than we already have. Winter's just around the corner too, and I'm not too sure if your people hold harvest festivals, but if you need any help, please feel free to ask. Samuin, that is the true name of what you call the Harvest Festival. It would seem you really are different from the city folk. There are some abandoned huts outside the ruins. You may clean them and stay there. Oh, thank you, or rather, Gorabi my Agat. Gotta sharpen up my Irish or Gaelic.
Is there anything else, Nemos? The Dubliners in the city want to hold a victory party to celebrate Tara's liberation. I promised them I'd ask you for some sacred instruments. They'd show Taran unity and represent the importance of tradition to the nation. With Samhain almost upon us, we have none to spare. Have you forgotten? But even if we did, we would not give them away. They're only requesting them because of how much they value the old ways. Then why is it that not a single denizen of Nasarisi has come to request a funeral since the city became independent? You can tell the difference between remembering a name once forgotten and dressing yourself up in a name you've read in a history book. But if you cannot return empty-handed, then take this whistle and go.
They asked for some sacred instruments. Well, all we have is this whistle to spare. That's all you're getting.
This is just an ordinary whistle. It is the highest honor we could give them. The Wakemen do not stand with the living, nor do we require their reverence, until of course they are dead. That is the tradition Dublin should be honoring.
They got a lot to learn. They're refounding a nation and they have to reconnect with their ancestral traditions. Give them time. I'm not sure how well that would go under Eblana, but maybe under Reed it might go a lot smoother. EA-1, title page. Why have you come self-exiled? I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Extra. Read all about it. The Victorians are retreating, not fighting. Tara's gotten back all its territory. Oh, peace will be restored to all of Tara by Samhain. Where is this? This looks like Lithanian.
Stop the cart. I've been ordered to escort you directly to meet Her Highness with no delays.
Oh, are we? Is this the ancient city? Oh, okay. Less run down than I imagined it to be. But sure, it's a whole ass city. Tyra is liberated.
Before I meet her, I need to see it with my own eyes. My sister's city. Post-war Tara. Survivors. Civilians. Have their new lives finally begun? If you insist. But the people are not yet prepared for 2 red dragons. Of course I know that.
The music is giving. It's reminding me of the type of folk music that was used in The Witcher 3. I'm liking it a lot. A lot of. Is that a flute? Some kind of wind instrument. Just take these. These knives, axes, and bowls are all made of iron. They'll make for good materials. I beg you, Kalan, take them, even if you have to melt them down and make some eyes for your statue. Autumn is almost over, and mornings in Nasarisi are cold and damp. A pair of scarred, weathered hands rub against the cold and dry metal goods, much like a soldier running their fingers over a medal of valor in wartime. The people yell out his name, hoping the broken tools in their hands will be accepted, smelted, and used by the hero to forge his statue. The hero. Yes, the hero. Every story needs a hero like that. Oh my god, who is this big asshole? Is he Minoan? Looks like a bull person. This is like if Bison started bench pressing. Would Bison even get this big?
Theo! Come help me carry this stuff into the workshop.
Hold up, wait a minute. Workshop? Are you a blacksmith? Wait. Okay. Big shot in the dark. What if this is a setup for the guy that eventually... the guy that first forged Kobe's axe? Or spear? Was it a spear or was it an axe? What if this was the guy that forged KOB's weapon, where she got her name? Hold up, are they setting up? Well, the last summer event, the one with Pepe, did set up a Minoan woman. They've been setting up a few ties to Minos. All I'm saying is, it's 2025, coming on 26. It's about time we develop that part of Terra.
I mean now, Theo, I'll help you sharpen your knife tonight.
What a lazy brat. This is what you get for pampering him too much. No, I mean it doesn't matter if that boy's around. Just take everything, please.
I can't take everything. We all need these tools to get by. That goes double for your prosthetic leg.
I'm standing up just fine, aren't I?
That wooden leg Nemo's made is only temporary. Once better craftsmen arrive in the town, they can repair your iron one.
But you're making a statue to commemorate our victory in the war. One that will be displayed in the main stage during Samhain. Frankly, it'd be an honor for my rusty old leg to be a part of that.
No means no.
Just take it already. It's all old stuff we'd have thrown out while cleaning anyway. No one's got any use for them.
What's wrong with these bowls? They look perfectly fine to me.
And we can use clay ones instead. As for the axes, we'll just share the few that we've got left. The war just ended and the city's short on everything. If we don't help you, how will the statue ever be finished?
Still, I can't accept prosthetics no matter what.
You're a great man, my hero, but you can be so stubborn. Lashini slowly walks into the crowd. For some reason, she feels as though there's something separating her from them, as if she's looking at them from the other side of a bonfire. Excuse me, what are you all doing? A new face in town? Haven't seen many of those lately. Where are you from, Vover? I've returned to Tara from a place far, far away. See, Kalan, if you'd just taken everything without a fuss, you wouldn't have embarrassed yourself in front of our countrymen from afar.
My answer is still no. Not the prosthetic leg, the other stuff is fine.
Why are people donating their pots, pans, and prosthetics? Because we all want to erect a statue in the square for Samhain, to celebrate Tara's rebirth. It's to celebrate Samhain? I've only ever come across the festival in Terran folklore. It's held after the autumn harvest and before winter, yes, and it's meant to connect the shore to the next. It is very interesting, though, that both the Terrans and the Sarkas celebrate Samhain. And Samhain was also brought onto Rhodes Island because of the Kazdelian Sarkas. Very interesting. What's the shared connection between both the Terrans and the Sarkas? Both celebrating Samhain. You know your stuff, Vover. We used to just celebrate the harvest every year. It was the Dubliners who told us about the festival's historical origins. So we sweep our houses, prepare feasts for our guests, and most importantly, light bonfires. On the day when life and death intertwine, we welcome all visitors to the banquet. There's so much to do. And since this is the first Samhain since Tara's rebirth, it should be more grand. Did they light bonfires in Kazdel for Samhain? Well, they already got the furnaces, so technically they don't need to. Good thing too, otherwise, Kalan wouldn't be able to accept our old pots even if he had to tear down his old house instead. Speaking of, do you have any iron of your own you'd like to donate so the hero can add it to the statue? All I have with me is a bookmark. I think it's made of iron. Will that do?
You don't need to listen to her, Terran from afar.
So what sort of statue are you making?
A red dragon, to celebrate Tara's rebirth.
Red dragon. I'm telling you, Kalan, if you don't take my prosthetic leg, I won't leave until you do.
And I suppose I'll have to pick you up and carry you back myself.
You and your gigantic muscles, by the time Samhain's over, this statue's been erected, we'd all be living the good life. We'll be able to make as many prosthetics as we want. Just imagine a massive dragon statue standing tall in the night. Even through winter, its flames will remain lit, just like the legends. Why, it'd be enough to drive off the man-eating mist. The what? The man-eating what? And we wouldn't have to obey that blasted curfew anymore. The fuck you mean there's a man-eating mist?
Curfew is an order approved by the Red Dragon, put in place to ensure safety.
I know that, of course I know that. As they speak, more and more people begin to gather around them until the alley's completely blocked. They each carry all manner of things meant to be melted down for the statue. Kulan patiently receives each new visitor as the objects at his feet begin to pile up. He's quite a large man, but even he can't carry all of them at once. Allow me to help you, Kulan.
Oh, no need for that. My apprentice Theo.
Can you really count on Theo, though? We have no idea where that rascal ran off to. He talks a good game, but he slacks off when no one's watching. Typical Victorian.
And how old was he when his parents died? Does he even remember Victoria?
So what's your name, friend? Reed. Have you found a place to stay yet? You're welcome to stay at my place for the night. You wouldn't want to be wandering the streets during curfew, that's for sure. I think I do, but a curfew? You mean the city has lights out bell? Not quite. Victoria used lights out bells to suppress the Terrans. Nasarisi's curfew is to safeguard us. The black mist lingers in the dark woods, shielding all of Nasarisi from outsiders, but at times, it also drifts into the city streets. Okay, so the city is surrounded by mystical, spooky woods that also apparently have man-eating mists. Huh? Well, that seems like a solid defense from the Victorians, honestly. The curfew is meant to prevent anyone from encountering the mist. It permits no trespass. Anyone who enters without permission will never return. People get swept away by fairies in the dark. Where do they get swept away to? To the dark woods? Did they get... Wait a minute. Is that why all the enemies in the event take place in the woods and we get to fight? We get to fight living vegetables and plants? And that one ghostly looking thing that kept tweaking? You mean the mist really eats people? Listen to yourself, you come all this way and this is what you ask about? Look, things will be better soon, just you wait. Now come with me, I'll show you around Nasarisi. What about the man building the statue? Kulan, was it? What was he going to do? I know a bit of arts. Perhaps I could help him? Oh, don't worry about him. He's a genuine hero. He once dispatched an entire Victorian scout team in the dark woods. Unfortunately, he was a bit of a softie at that last moment. He's the only one willing to put up with Theo's nonsense. All by himself. Really? Well, in the woods, the forest has always been on the Terran's side. Stop changing the subject, Reed. Come with me and have some ale and stewed meat. It'll warm you right up. You must know that you've come home at a perfect time. City seems to be fine aside from the whole man-eating mist situation. Is this Theo? Phew. At least there's still some potatoes in the store. Damn, look at the time. I'm late.
Who's the one charging through here like a wrecking ball? Theo.
Sorry, I'm just in a hurry to get back. I didn't mean to bump into you, sir. Here, let me wipe that off for you.
You dare disrespect me too.
What? No, maybe I misspoke. I was just wondering if you needed help.
Stay away from me!
The man raises his cane and strikes Theo hard in the chest, knocking him away. The morning mist has long since gathered in the uneven crevices of the stone pavement, forming murky puddles. Caught off guard, Theo stumbles backwards and falls straight into one.
You Victorian scoundrel, who do you think you are? How dare you offer me charity?
Ugh. Put that cane away. What's going on here? Who is this? Brigitte? Brigitte? Are you okay, Theo? I'm fine, Bridget. I'm fine. I crashed into him first.
A ruthless nomad and a Victorian mongrel. Couldn't ask for a more perfect pair of lowlives. You're not exactly making your ancestors proud, Bridget.
What's that supposed to mean?
Huh. Forget the Victorian mongrel, what about you? You're descended from the exiled king from the very clan that's supposed to warn the Terrans of impending catastrophes. Yet here you are, mingling with the likes of him. Even during the war, you never cared whether your own people won or lost. You just coldly tossed those battle reports into the citadel, then go door to door delivering those meaningless personal letters. Are you lot even fit to call yourselves Terrans?
What's his problem? So this is the only place you have to go. Why not just go back to Kalan? I need to wash my clothes first. Should be quick. You don't need to worry about me, Bridget. Of course I'm worried. I came here to see you after all. How is the place wrecked by war and left to rot any better than Kalan's workshop? At least there you'd have the forge to keep you warm and hot meals. No, that's just... I don't want to cause him any trouble. Please don't tell Kalan about what happened today, okay? I'll be on my way soon as soon as my clothes dry. I'm not here for him, Theo. I'm here for you, to take you away. Take me away? Did he say something to you? Just what sort of relationship do you have with him anyway? If I hadn't shown up today, were you going to take the beating without fighting back? My instincts are never wrong, and if you stay in the city, they'll just keep finding new ways to push you around. Today they shoved you into a puddle and beat you with a cane. Tomorrow, who knows? Anyway, just come with me. I can take you to the plains or anywhere else you fancy. Up to you. You and me, we don't belong here, and you've got nowhere else to go. You can always head to Nemo's old place and stay with the Wakeman for a while. I do want to see them after all the stories Nemos has told me. But I can't leave unless Kulan asks me to. Nemos has no time to look after him. The dragon statue isn't finished yet. What would he do if I just up and left? But still, thanks, Bridget. If you say so. Then I'll take you back to the city before I leave. No, don't bother. It's cold out, so my clothes won't be dry for a while. I'll go back then. And if all else fails, I can always shelter in the abandoned mine. Someone left a quilt and bed sheets there, and I've stayed there before. It'll be fine. Kid! Holy hell, it is post-war era. There's a nice comfy city on the horizon, and you want to sleep in the mines? Kids really do be yearning for the mines. You really don't want to come with? Well, I suppose it's safer here than risking another trip to the city. So not even Kulan looks after you all the time, huh? He has more important things to do. I should be making things easier on him, not giving him something else to worry about. Well, goodbye then. Take care of yourself, you hear? Wow, that's a very conspicuous place to just erect a huge statue. Just a conveniently empty space in the middle of the plaza. We're here. Like I said, you've come at a perfect time. Today we have fresh ale, stew, and oatmeal. If we only had a bonfire, though. Shouldn't you save that for Samhain? According to the old customs, we can actually light a few days before Samhain. Then again, the war just ended, so we really don't have much in the way of firewood. We can't just start chopping down trees either because of the curfew. At any rate, it's still light out. The sun can be our bonfire today. That's enough chit-chat. Take a seat. I'll have them make room for you. Conveniently just forgetting that Reed has to meet Ablana. Is no one following her? I'm pretty sure that there's probably someone from Ablana's security detail that's following her. Lashini steps forward in the damp, chilly air. Each dish and lavish spread on the table has the same familiar scent. Warm, rustic, and simple, yet not what it seems. She looks around, concealing her surprise, only to find that no one else finds any of this unusual. Is this stewed meat? Yeah, this here's the meat. These are the grilled fins, and your cup is full of ale. Oh, right, and we have oatmeal. I'll go grab you a bowl. But all the dishes appear to be made of the same thing. What? They're all made of potatoes, right? Hold up, what? Their statue is bowls. Their bonfire is the sun. The feast is potatoes. As the friendly resident goes to fetch a bowl of oatmeal, Lashini stands up and walks towards the cart and burden beast that's been waiting for her the whole time. Okay, it's always been there. Not a lot of food around here, I think. Otherwise, maybe there's something spooky going on with the perception of these villagers, of these city folk. Maybe they're just putting on a face and they're like, we're gonna celebrate Samhain the right way, even if we don't have much to our name. Otherwise, I'd be thinking, some spooky hypnosis going on?
Her Highness will return very soon. Please wait here.
And this place is
The Saurisi Citadel. The highest point in the city is just up the steps beside you. This is also where Her Highness lingers most when she's in the city.
I'm glad to see you aren't filling the halls with candlelight, musicians, and lavish feasts. Okay, it's just to show that everyone down below has only been eating potatoes.
I've already told you. The primary reason the city is short on supplies is because of trade between Victoria and Tara has not yet fully resumed. We're working as hard as we can to resolve the issue.
Is it because of the spooky woods? The spooky woods and the man-eating mists?
The residents are very understanding of the situation. They hold nothing but goodwill and genuine love for Tara. Your Highness Ablana.
Speak of the devil. Leave us.
At once.
Lashini? Just what is going on in this city, sister? Everyone's celebrating Samhain except there's no harvest, no bonfire, and the feast is nothing but potatoes. If you came here to make me repeat what the Brigadier has already told you, well, I suppose I could play along. I wouldn't want to spoil our long overdue reunion. I'm more worried about your spear. Where is it now? My spear? You're talking about the spear you gave me. It's being stored in a warehouse on Rhodes Island. I no longer need it. How can someone with no weapon claim any sort of power? Or forget power, even survival would be survival would even be a struggle. I said the spear you gave me. Also, you won't kill me. At least not yet. As a puppet that has only just regained its soul, you wouldn't want to break me before you had a chance to play with your new toy. Your words are quite hurtful. Anyone can be made a puppet, Lashini. Anyone except you. You are my dance partner. Yet you'd rather stand in my shadow than join me on the floor. Till about a year ago, you finally got bored of me, didn't you? I don't recall what you're referring to. As for power, I'm not here for power. That power rightly belongs to you. Oh? You've been setting fires all across Tara. Those fires have melted the chains that once bound the Terrans. That much is true. Then why have you returned? Bear witness. If you're truly willing to use your power to give the Terrans a new beginning, then I will do everything I can to support you. Say, for example, that you're too busy to deal with the supply shortages in the city right now. If so, I would be willing to help with that. Whether I step forward as a second Red Dragon or hide my identity as before, it makes no difference to me. As noble as ever, my dear sister. But I can't say whether. You would truly be satisfied with that. The sister I knew wasn't someone who sought power simply to live a life of indulgence. She wanted more than that. So far, every step you've taken has been paved with bones and blood. I can only pray that because you've had no other choice. I sincerely hope I will never have reason to collect my spear and come searching for you. Probably never gonna happen. She's joined playable character plot armor territory. So, I'm sorry about that. Not bad at all. It seems your life of wandering has taught you far more than you've ever learned as acting as my shadow. Let's not beat around the bush. I've made my intentions clear. And you've invited me back, so what is it you want from me? You'll find out soon enough. Until you do, though, why not come with me? I'll show you around the Red Dragon's lair. Coffee. Legend has it that the architect deliberately shaped the plate with uneven elevations to mirror the old Terran capital. Legend has it that Terra's stonemasons showcased their finest craftsmanship in every building they made, save for one. They refused to add even a single ornament to the citadel, knowing it would be inhabited by a puppet king. Lushini has heard many stories like this, but no story can tell her whether it is itself a true flame, or merely its shadow cast on the wall. And so she follows her sister up the steps and looks down at the city with her own eyes. She sees the empty pedestal in the square below. It seems to be waiting for something massive to be placed upon it. She sees the winding, undulating cobblestone road stretching from the square and the humble stone houses. So simple they inspire a sense of affection. But after she focuses her gaze and takes a harder look, she finally sees the thing she had sensed before. The thing that had separated her from the other residents. It is something that definitely does not belong to the city. Flames? Flames. At a closer look, there are tiny sparks of fire scattered around across the city. All the residents, whether talking, rushing to and fro, yelling, or resting, are surrounded by flickering flames. Purple flames. What did you do to these people? You've made them into walking corpses, haven't you? Okay, so maybe there is spooky hypnosis going on. No wonder no one paid attention to the potatoes. You just got back from town. You met them yourself. You should know better than I do. What's wrong with them? The flames will spread. Your flames of death should not spread to the living. It is an unfortunate reality, but wherever man resides, so too death. Whether on the battlefield or in a bustling city, the flames merely hasten the inevitable. But I must admit, it doesn't sit right with me either. The dead wander the wilderness, driven by the desires they held in life, while those tainted by the flames of death can never truly start anew. Life and death cannot remain entangled like this, each defiling each other. But haven't you been their chief defiler? Hello, hermit. Nationalism is mind control too? These people just wanted to be liberated. They just wanted to have their sense of nation back. Unlucky, they had Eblana to lead them. Unfortunate for them, Eblana was the one to lead them to that destination. We need Reed to step in and give some of those good flames. Look, man, it's the first few chapters of this event. I'm still not buying that this is a person that should be associated tangentially to Rhodes Island. I'm like, maybe this one should have stayed in NPC jail. No, death should be mine to command. I cannot have it expanding beyond the boundaries I set. The fuck you mean you can't control your flames? Well then, my dear sister, what would you like Tara to become? I want your opinion. Should the living endure and the dead rest in peace, or should all of Tara become a kingdom of death? Why ask a question you already know the answer to? Then it is clear that what you must do. Kill me, Lashini. What? That's not happening. Brother, that's not happening. You just got playable character plot armor. Bro, no one here believes that you're going to die anytime soon. Which is unfortunate that you won't. While you've been trudging through the crowds, I've been busy preparing. The moment the tip of your spear pierces my heart, heralding death's embrace, everything tainted by my deathly flames shall leave this realm along with me. Then you will become the first and only true leader Tyre has seen in decades. I will not be your shadow anymore, and we red dragons will not be the monsters they claim us to be, slaughtering our own kin in madness. Sometimes, often, even kinslaying can be a virtuous act. What about those touched by your fire? Can they really start their lives anew as you promised? I have promised nothing about life, Lashini, not even for those untouched by my flames. As for the city folk, they have already been entangled by the violet flames. They will gradually become walking corpses and eventually leave here with me. That is much certain. They are living, breathing people. They fought under your command and won the war for you. They have the right to start anew. An unfortunate fate, to be sure, but their fate nonetheless. No, Eblana, it shall not be their fate. What will you do then? It could set a nice precedent. All I'm saying is, if this is the first event where we set up, hey, maybe playable characters can die, I will accept it. I will accept it. If they did the whole switcheroo, hey, look at this. Eblana made Arknights $20 million. That's confirmed, by the way, from revenue numbers. Just in the month alone. What if we killed her in her same event? And not like a cop-out like with Shu and then bring her back? What if we permanently off our featured character of the month? Hypergriff would get a lot of my respect. However, I don't think they have the balls to do that. Lashini has more to say, but Eblana has already turned around and started walking down the long corridor. Her footsteps are so soft that Lashini did not even realize she had left. After her sister's figure disappears completely into the darkness, Lashini turns her gaze back to the city. How she wishes it were all just one of Eblana's tricks, but the flames are real. She clenches her fists, pulls up her hood, and turns to descend the steps. Does no one else see the flames? Can only Draco see the spooky flames? Or do the corpse walkers, what do we call them? Do the living undead, I don't know what to call them. Have they already been influenced and they don't seem to perceive the flames anymore? They're just trying to live out their best lives. Sorry. Ma'am, hold on, please. Oh, Reed, it's you. You left so suddenly. I was worried our hospitality has been lacking in some way. No, I truly appreciated your hospitality. I had just suddenly remembered some of the business I had to take care of. I still have a few questions, though. Would you mind answering them for me? Ask away. Do you realize that you're engulfed in flames? Flames? Oh, you mean my blessing. Wow, you can see other people's blessings. I didn't notice until someone pointed it out to me. Wait, you're saying you know about the flames but can't see them? How can that be? The friendly resident puts up her hand on her waist. The ancient Terrans carried small flames at their waists, sabilized through Originium arts to dispel the dark mist in the marsh. After Victoria seized full control of Tara, this custom, along with all other similar practices, was strictly banned. But times have changed. No longer bound by Victoria's rules, the Terrans, or at least the people of Nezeru, have chosen to wear small Originium lamps at their waist. I'm sure you know fuel is scarce, and with the curfew in place, we can't afford to keep lamps on, nor do we need to, but if we carry these small lamps... That's her fire. That's the color of her fire in the lamp. Now, whenever people turn on their lamps, this is the color that they see. Even if they replace the filaments with different ones, the color remains unchanged. And you're not the least bit worried about this. Well, as you can see, things are on the up and up here in Nezeru, and what explanation can there be but the Red Dragon's blessing? But if a reckless returnee tried to warn her that those flames were anything but fortuitous, she would never believe it. Those flames are eventually gonna turn you into a zombie! I don't know, man. These people just survived the war. Should we really be telling them that? Lashini hopes that perhaps a more direct approach would work. But I wanted to experience the dragon's blessing for myself. May I hold your hand? But you've already entered the city. Everyone who does will receive the blessing sooner or later. Everyone who does receives a blessing? What about Bridget? What about the Wakeman? And little Theo? Technically, they're outsiders and not Terrans. Please, it's just a small favor. Well, I suppose it wasn't easy for you to make it all the way back to Terra. Oh, right. What do you want to do for a living, anyway? I know some basic medicine alongside some healing arts. Nothing to brag about. Nothing to brag about, says one of the best 6-star healers in the game. So you're a doctor then? We're in need of doctors, actually. Come here. Give me your hand. She tightly clasps the woman's calloused hand, letting the fire spread from her own wrist to Lashini's. Thank you. She shuts her eyes. Close your eyes and remember those whose pain you once soothed. Those no longer forced to linger in this realm. Go and warm this cold fire. The purple flames gradually fade. Beneath them, a pale face emerges, swaying gently with a friendly smile. So she tries to erase more of the purple flames, but fails to notice when the woman's expression suddenly changes. My god, my hand? What did you do to my hand? It's completely numb. What? I can't feel my blessing anymore. Just what are you doing to me? Let go. Reed. Wake woman? Reed, please let go of this poor lady. Jake said. Sorry, ma'am. She means no harm. I stake my honor on it. But she said she's a doctor. How could a doctor possibly? Arts-based medicine can sometimes have side effects. Look at your hand. It's perfectly fine now, isn't it? But I still can't feel anything. You'll be fine. The wayward wake woman raises a hand, gently pressing her warm palm to the frightened woman's forehead. It's just a normal casual gesture, yet the woman gradually calms down. Okay, I believe you. Right, I still have my hand, as was my blessing. It's almost nightfall, you should head back home. And Reed, you have another banquet to attend, don't you? A banquet? Right, a banquet. So please allow me to lead the way. Yeah, I feel like the flames are just giving them a false sense of peace. Wake woman, since you've returned, does that mean Morn and the others have already settled in? That's right. They'll be staying just outside the ruins. They're probably still clearing out the empty houses right about now. Thank you. Don't mention it. By the way, call me Nemos. I hardly do any work as a wake woman these days. Alright, Nemos, you mentioned a banquet just now. Who's hosting it? In a few days, Dublin will be hosting a celebratory banquet, and all high-ranking nobles will be in attendance, including Her Highness Ablana. We've been very busy with preparations. A celebratory banquet? While the residents are making do with stewed meat and grilled fins made only from potatoes. The potato thing started out due to a food shortage, but now they're just used to it. But Dublin is aware of the situation in the city. They're calling it a banquet, but I didn't see any eating or drinking on the itinerary. Words are hard. Itinerary. I'm not trying to cover for anyone, Miss Lashini. I truly believe that Dublin wouldn't turn its back on the people of Terra like that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. She certainly left in a hurry. So if directly removing the violet flames would only cause panic, what if I were to do it more subtly? What if we erect a giant statue of a dragon in the middle of a plaza and then light it as a bonfire, but instead of a purple flame, hear me out, it's lit in a warm, bright yellow flame that can help subdue the deathly necromantic violet flames of evil. How about that? To lunder whatever you want, then. Who is this? Mr. Second in Command? Who's there? Noble Red Dragon turns around and sees a figure engulfed in blazing purple flames. Uh-oh. Oh! Grandpappy.
No.
Wait, no. If the other residents are merely kissed by the flames, then the person standing before her seems to have been forged from the purple fire itself. The flames don't look harsh, yet they distort the very light around them.
Unfortunately, what you want sounds incredibly boring. After all, Tara's flames have already been dyed in that color. That's just a fact.
You know about the flames?
I happen to find out about them, yes.
Tell me everything you know. It's extremely important.
Why should I?
I need to stop people from being engulfed by the purple flames.
So you could replace them with your own flames.
As long as the people of the city are safe, the color doesn't matter.
What grandiose nonsense. It's almost nostalgic. Your excuse is so clumsy that it's laughable, Red Dragon.
What is your relationship to my sister, sir? Lashini, that might be your grandpappy. Lashini takes a step forward, while the figure moves backward, preserving the distance between them.
Relationship. You and your sister and I are all cut from the same cloth. We all crave power, conflict, bloodshed. We're all itching for what comes next, eager to set the land ablaze. This time, I'll stay out of it. Until the lair is consumed by flames, I'll be cheering on both sides. Goodbye.
Wait! Deadbeat grandfather, come back here! Explain yourself! Well, you once again left for milk. No wonder you're exiled. The Red Dragon tries to weave the flames of life into a cage, but before it can take shape, the strange figure scatters in the wind. Her fire only briefly illuminated his long tail, then returned to nothingness. Sir? Bureaucrat. You are a noble. Hold up. Have we seen the symbol before? What is that?
It's you. What's wrong? Why have you come to see me now? Don't tell me there's another problem with your grain shop that I have to deal with. I've never treated you as subordinate or business partners, understand?
I understand.
Good. As long as you do, I have another shipment that needs to be escorted out of the city. Leave soon and be back before curfew.
Sir, about that.
About what?
About the grain we sent out before. You said it wouldn't affect the city's food supply, but now we're all stuck eating only potatoes.
You know what it's like in other parts of Tara. They don't even have potatoes.
Oh, okay. They're Dublin. I forgot what the Dublin symbol looked like.
The Sauri sees agricultural output is already top tier. We're taking urgent measures to help our countrymen understand. Besides, how much did you earn from just those 2 last carts? Look at it this way. The people of Nezeru aren't starving, at least they've got potatoes to fill their bellies.
But they're not starving, but they're also not thriving. There's a difference.
What's more, it's almost harvest time. There will be plenty of new grain then. I'm more worried about your tiny shop. We won't have the throughput to sell it all. Still, I'm not one to force anyone to act against their conscience. If you feel that bad about it, you could always just transfer your business license to someone else and close your shop.
But how will I eat then?
Told you, not my subordinate. Was that my problem? Alright, just hand over your business license by the end of the day.
No, don't. Okay, I'll do it.
Why are you still standing there?
I have something else to discuss. My friend told me lately the dark mist in the forest.
The dark mist. If I needed you to remind me about that, I might as well quit right now. There will be someone waiting for you once you're past the gates, just like always. Anything else is none of your concern. Now go.
They're still struggling trying to establish a trade route between Victorian and Tara. Mainly because the spooky woods are like, hey, look at me, I have man-eating dark mists that help protect Tara, but also are like, oh, what if we make it harder for you to make contact with the outside world? And vice versa. Sir.
What is it? Brigadier say something when he was on patrol this morning?
No, sir. He didn't come around this morning. The leader sent him on another assignment.
What's got you in such a panic?
It's officially a harvest season for the agricultural plate to the south.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yes, but all the skilled agricultural workers have left the city.
Just follow the handbook. Do exactly as it says, got it?
Yes, sir.
By the way, what's the estimated yield for the entire plate? Report it to me and I'll consolidate the numbers later.
We're not exactly familiar with this sort of work either.
You're useless! Can't you at least tell when the crops are ready to harvest?
They're definitely ripe, or we wouldn't have harvested them in the first place.
Then isn't it just business as usual? Or the normal yield based on previous years. Now get going!
What about you, Bridget? Are you tainted by the purple flames of death? Or does your smiling face betray what you really feel? Hello, I'm Bridget the Nomad.
What do you want?
I've delivered all my letters in Nezeru, and I'd like to go to the highest point in the city and let the wind carry my message to my brothers and sisters. Then I'll be on my way.
Now I remember. It's you. You've been here so many times and we've never let you up there even once. Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
Even the Victorians let me up to the top of the citadel when they were in charge.
Do I look like a Victorian to you?
No, you're a Terran.
Then you should know that, since we're all Terrans, there's no need to indulge those outdated customs of yours anymore. All that nomad and wakeman nonsense, it's all stupid superstition.
Brother, you're the ones trying to re-establish a long pogromed nation. I don't think you're in the position to talk down on the nomads and the wakemen about keeping up traditions. It's not particularly a Victorian tradition, is it?
Now get moving. If you don't, I might have you arrested.
Fine, I'm going. No need to make a fuss. I've decided this is Kaobi, but she's sane. This is if Kaobi had a minimum proper upbringing. That's what I've decided. Well, I've done exactly nothing I set out to do, other than delivering my letters. Oh well, at least I'm out of the city before curfew. Now to just pass through the dark woods and I'll be back on the open plains. I just hope the mist will let me through. But it's never stopped the nomads before, so why am I worrying about it? Nomad kicks a pile of fallen leaves by the roadside. The rustling sound echoes through the vast, empty forest ahead. To her surprise, the sound doesn't fade away. It echoes back in a repeating loop. Echo, echo, echo. Bridget suddenly crouches down, trying to cover the scattered leaves before her, where the sound is coming from. Sorry, shouldn't have kicked you. Don't make the woods angry. The sound continues. Great. The dark mist. It doesn't stop. Instead, it grows louder and louder, echoing until it becomes an unbearable, deafening cacophony. What's going on with these spooky woods? At the same time, the dark mist creeps up from her feet, covering her eyes and ears. Until she realizes she is back at the forest entrance. Well, she can't leave. She's stuck here for the remainder of this event. How convenient. This is the 5th time. Not going to let me leave. Really? Forcing me back into that city, is that it? Well, I'm not going back. I'll set up a tent outside the forest if I have to. I'll get my chance to leave sooner or later. What's up with this forest? Let me guess. I mean, the easiest explanation for all of this is that there's a fair and myth on these lands. But only farewell. You brim with sincerity, yet ask for nothing more. Wait, was that before or after? Hold up. Do we still have an after? Okay, that was it. Okay. But only farewell. You brim with sincerity, yet ask for nothing more. What if the... What? This might be a reach. This might be a reach. I think... there might be a fair and myth in the Dark Woods, but also, I think the original dragons... I don't know. The original life forms on Terra, I don't know how much symbiosis they had with each other. Like, I'm talking about the Tikas, the dragons, the Pegasi, and the other old ancient races. How much symbiosis have they had with each other throughout the history of Terra? And what's up with the spooky forest? How does that connect with the refounding of this Terran nation? Why won't you let Bridget leave? Wow, there's so many people here. Sorry, please make way. I've been to Millington Street already, and it was picked clean ages ago. The shops are still open, but the shelves are all empty. Even the shopping bags are gone. Crammon said they had stuff left here, so I ran 5 blocks only to find not even a single foul beast feather left. Might as well go back, grab my crossbow, and sneak past the guards to hunt in the dark woods. At least I might get some real meat before I starve. What? You've really gone crazy from hunger now. Going into the forest is a death wish. And you're not crazy? Stop talking like you know anything. Who are you to say I don't know anything? The grain store on Lagran Street, Emma's place, you know about it. Haven't had a chance to check it out yet. What of it? I went there and had a look. There's no grain left. But from what Emma says, it's all because of those bloody Victorians. Victorian bastards have been blockading us since forever. This isn't new, so why act like it's a big shock? Because their spies have already infiltrated Nezeru. Okay, I think the people are getting paranoid out of hunger. But also, they're directing... The nobles of this city have been sending out supplies to the outer Terran, to the Terran outskirts, and leaving nothing but potatoes for the people inside the city. And they're like, hey, where'd all the food go? Oh, it must be the Victorians. Motherfucker, it's your own higher up. It's Dublin. Sending your food out of the woods. Come again. When Emma went to visit the Ag Plate, she saw the charred remains with her own eyes. Dublin's still investigating. Bloody hell, we should have struck back the minute Tara gained independence. You're right about one thing, though. You should get your crossbow not to hunt, but to root out the traitors. I feel like... Yo, man. Bro, there's a running theme. There is a running theme with the way Eblana has been running this refounding of a nation. It's super insular. It's like, this city is for Terrans, and only Terrans. Oh, okay. Hold up. Red flags. Of course, if I caught them, I wouldn't let them off that easy. A quick death is too good for them. Whoa. I get the bad blood. I completely understand the bad blood. After being oppressed and pogromed by Victorians for so long, and finally gaining independence, I get it. But also, Eblana's not doing any favors, just cooking up this madness. These are a bunch of frogs boiling in a pot, and they're all trying to blame who put them in the fucking pot. They're boiling, and Eblana's the one stirring. And they're all like, hold up, wait a minute. It's the Victorians who did this. I guess the source have been cut off from the supply grain. I boiled a few potatoes for Kulan, but is it enough? There are too many people here. I'll take another route. Lots of them are armed too. Are they planning to hunt down Victorian spies? But there's no grain left in the city. What does that have to do with the Victorians? Absolutely nothing. They're trying to find someone to blame. They're shadow boxing with the Victorians in their head. I don't think there are any Victorians here aside from maybe Theo. But wait a minute. Hold up, I just had a dreadful thought. Hold up. Hypergriff, Theo has been the only Victorian we've been introduced to in this event. He's an NPC with a nondescript sprite. If you fucking kill this boy in this event, I will not forgive you. Wait a minute. The townspeople are looking for a scapegoat to blame their problems on, and there happens to be one Victorian here in the vicinity. Wait. Hypergriff, slow down. I'll be fine. I'm Mr. Kulan's apprentice. Everyone knows that. Oh my god. Don't be afraid, Theo. No one will hurt you. Oh my god. Theo crouches down and squeezes through the crowd, making his way to the opposite corner of the street. He nimbly slips through the dark, narrow passage and emerges from the other side of the brick wall. The noise of the crowd gradually fades from his ears. See, no one gave me any trouble. Mr. Kulan must still be busy with the dragon sculpture. By the time he notices what's going on around him, all the stores will be empty. I need to help him. Good thing Bridget is staying behind. Bridget, I'm gonna need you to stay by this child's side for the next few chapters, please, to ensure his safety.
Take these and give them to the neighbors. Tell them not to worry.
What about you, or Nemos? Will she have anything to eat? Instead of giving us grain, it'd be more useful to help everyone catch the spies. Otherwise, we'll never get to the root of the problem.
Look, man, I haven't seen any spies since we got here. I'll go. Please let everyone know. For now, just take them. Nemo stands with the leader, who's only natural to endure a little hardship for everyone else.
Alright then, thank you.
Hey, Kalan, must have some more where that came from, right? Besides, how do you know we were running out of grains? Did Nemo tip you off in advance or something, or...
What are you saying, Rory?
You don't want any, that's fine. How do I know you are Nemo's hard spies?
You've been raising that Victorian boy together.
Get out.
What? Did I hit a nerve? Am I right? Are you really? Lan, I heard you've been distributing grain. Impeccable timing. So, where is it?
Everything that's left is right there. Don't change the subject, you still haven't answered me. I've said everything I've had to say. If you feel these potatoes will dirty your hands, give them to someone else. Why, you?
Do you want them or not, Rory? If not, then let me have them. There are plenty left of hungry bellies to feed. Don't be ungrateful. Now give them here.
Why should I?
You don't want them, right? So give them to me.
Fat chance.
Whoa, bro? People are getting desperate? The potatoes in the bag were very small. None of them had the usual oval shape. My arm! My god, he's bleeding! How can you turn a blade on a fellow Terran, Rory?
I drop the sword. Don't make me use my hammer on you.
You're the only one we can count on, Kalan. Something's been off about Rory lately. I'll follow him a bit to check upon him. He's been out of sorts ever since his antique collection got burned in the war. As for his blade, just take it. Don't let him have it back. Kalan,
The wound isn't too deep. Come here. I'll stop the bleeding. As for the grains, I'll have Nemos think of a solution when she gets back.
I know. I know. You're giving away everything you have. But you know, you're not as scary as you look. Ow!
Don't talk, save your energy. I might have some cornmeal left at home. Let me check. You can have it, and I'll walk you home.
How is he so cool? Kalan, are you and Theo doing alright? Why is there blood in here?
Rory lost control and slashed someone.
Where's Theo?
He left a while ago for... Damn it!
You. Forget it. No one could have foreseen things getting so bad so quickly.
How are things in the city?
Rumors are spreading everywhere that the Victorian destroyed the ag plate, and Nezeru is about to boil over. I know no one dared to go after Theo after you stood up for him, so you felt safe letting him run around, but this time, it's different.
I have to go and find him.
You have time for that? After you making that statue?
Only need to be finished before Samhain. There's still a little time left. Damn it! Damn it!
I'll worry about Theo, you just focus on your work.
Okay.
Find that child. Have you seen Theo? Theo, where has that boy run off to? Slacking off again, no doubt. Kalan spoils him too much. You really should talk to him about that. Theo? Theo? What trouble has that boy gotten himself into this time? Have you seen Theo? Are you alright?
Me? I'm fine, just hungry. So what is it? Did you say something?
Is that cool, Chulain? It's not FGO, it's Kulan. Legally distinct. Not the actual hero. He's not a twink, he's a big beefcake here. Just the person I was looking for. Has that boy Theo been up to anything suspicious lately? No, just keeping himself busy as usual. Huh, well he'd better. Brother, is Hypergriff killing another child to set the stakes of this event? This isn't Casdell, dog! You don't gotta brutalize a child every event. Not even in Casdell. Theo! What are you doing here, Wake Woman? Who is this? Wait, you're... Oh, the singer. What brings you here? The singer?
I heard rumors of chaos in the city, so I thought there might be something I could do to help. Alas, there is not. All I've heard is that a supply shortage was caused by Victorian sabotage.
Is that what you've heard? Because a couple scenes ago we were like, hey, let's send all our food to the outer Terran settlements. Is that what you've heard?
I've only ever run into the Victorian army by accident, and you and Kulan were the only ones to save me at that time. Also, the information you provided us on the Wakeman has truly been fascinating.
Yes, sorry sir, I didn't have much time to be reminiscing, but I could use your assistance. Kulan's apprentice, Theo, has gone missing. Could you help me look for him?
I am unable to help with that. The city folk are angry enough at Victorians to flay one alive. Why bother running around looking for a Victorian child?
Forget it then, I'll look myself.
Remember that the celebration will start in just an hour. Don't you need to deliver the sacred instruments symbolizing the Wakeman's blessings to the venue?
Brother, Samhain's about to begin. There's no feast. There's no bonfire. Hold up. Wickerman. Hold up. I just had a horrible thought. Gah!
Sorry, I really must be going now.
What do I do now? Nemos? Is that you? I finally found you. What happened in the city? We have to save the lad. Are they gonna burn the lad in the bonfire to start Samhain? That's pretty grim. He has a nondescript NPC sprite. That child does not have plot armor to save his skin. I've checked every inhabited street and found no sign of Theo everywhere. All I saw were the flames of the townsfolk growing even stronger, as if a sudden gale had swept through. What's more, everyone just seems used to it at this point. Getting rid of the flames would only terrify them. They'd only have numbness in their body. Does this mean it's too late for the people of Nezeru? No, I can't think of it that way. My first priority is to find Theo. I should go find that nomad named Bridget, the one Nemos mentioned. But would anyone really be willing to pitch a tent outside the city just because they can't get into the dark woods? One person would be. Walk out along the right side of the guard outpost then wade through the creek. I think this is it. A bear with blonde hair, tall yet agile. This must be Bridget Nemos mentioned. You know me? No, I don't believe we met before. Nemos asked me to come find you. My name is Reed. You. Bridget leans in slightly and twitches her nose twice but does not otherwise react. The Shinny takes this to be the way nomads greet each other. You're not the red dragon from the city. What? I'm not a red dragon at all, I'm just... You're not the one from the city. You're a different one. A second dragon returning to the city. Just like the old stories. And you can tell with a single sniff. Sure can. Your flames smell different. That's none of my business. What can I do for you, Reed? Theo's gone missing. Nemos told me you might have an idea where he is. I've heard you chat often with him when you're in town. Maybe the child yearned for the mines again. Maybe he's back at the mines. He's missing! He went out this morning and never came home. The city's in chaos today. We searched all over Nezeru, both Nemos and I. There was no sign of him anywhere. But I saw him just before I left the city. He was doing fine. No, I can't say he was fine. Anyway, I went to the Citadel after that, then left town. I haven't seen him since. Where the heck could he be? Checking the old ruins. Theo! Theo! Should have knocked him out and carried him back with me when I had the chance. Say something, Theo. This time you're coming with me, you hear? Where are we, Bridget? This plate was dragged out during the war, supposedly to appease some noble or other. But when they brought it back, it was left like this, barely clinging on to Nezeru, and no one's bothered fixing it up. He always hides out here when he's feeling wronged. Could he have left the city? I've only seen one person leaving the gates. Emma from Lagran Street. Theo sure wasn't with her. What's more, she was taking a cart full of who knows what to the entrance of the forest all by her lonesome. She met up with someone there. They took the goods and then she came back by herself. And she didn't notice you. City folk don't see too well, or hear, or smell. Besides, I was pretty far from her. They don't sense much of anything. So she delivered a large shipment and returned by herself. Where did all those goods come from? The nobles who've been stockpiling the grain and other food to send out of the city? It is ironic that after Eblana supposedly liberated Tara from Victoria and its nobles and its aristocracy, they're just doing the same thing. Dublin is doing the same thing by starving the city. I get it. The outer Terran settlements need food, but also, this is your capital, dog. What does this Emma do for a living? Runs a grain shop. I've delivered letters to her before. Yeah, she was the one we saw talking with the Dublin guy. The one that runs the shop. The one that was threatened. So a shopkeeper left the city and now keep close at home. Seeing how this is the only lead we have, we should hurry over to Lagran Street. Bridget? Reed? Hello, you wouldn't happen to have seen Theo around, would you? Theo? Did Nemo send you to find him? Oh, that's right. Nope, we haven't seen him. Heavens knows where that boy has run off to. I hope he then skipped town along with the spies that set the ag plate on fire. Hold up. That was some casual racism. How can you? Bridget, we need to find them. How about Emma then? Have you seen her anywhere? She closed up shop earlier today. Actually, I came to see if she might be willing to reopen for me. But I guess I wasted the trip. Brother. Brother. Look. I don't say this lightly, but the capital of Tara, the nation state of Tara that Eblana seems to have established it's giving spiritually Israeli. It's like, hold up. Hold up. You know those vibes that... you know those vibes? Like... it's spiritually Israeli. Hold up, Eblana. The fuck... There it is again. That cold burnt smell. It's been everywhere in the Sour Sea lately. I can't stand it. I've been meaning to ask. Are you able to smell purple flames? Yeah, the scorched stench of the red dragon's flames. Lately even the city folk have been reeking of it. It's not just the smell. The fire itself has spread to them. What? How? I don't see any flames on them. So you can't see them either. I was gonna ask the same thing. You're saying you could see the flames. Then again, makes sense. You're a dragon too and all. The city folk live so close to the other one, even worship her like a god. Guess it was only a matter of time before they got burned. Emma, it's me, Bridget. Emma? Is she not in? That purple flame stench coming out of the keyhole must be someone in there. So what now? Break in? She's dead. I don't see any other options. Whoa, so Dragonfire can burn through locks too. let's save that conversation for later. We need to get in there. The torture? Why do you fuckers all have proper names?
Here, officer, have a drink. We may not have a proper feast, but there's more than enough booze to go around. Cheers. Oh, if it isn't our resident wake woman, the leader invited you to.
I'm here to present the sacred instruments to the Red Dragon on behalf of the Wakemen.
Oh, offerings from the Wakemen? Let's see what you've got. A whistle. And what else?
Samhain is almost upon us. The Wakemen do not have much left to offer. This is all they could spare.
That's it.
My sincerest apologies.
Weren't you the one swearing you'd bring all those ritual doodads to give the celebration the dignity it deserves?
I'm sorry I didn't think it through.
Who cares? It wasn't Nemo's idea anyway. I was against it from the start. What's so auspicious about offerings from people who deal with ghosts and corpses all day? We should be glad they only gave us a whistle.
I feel like... Bro, none of these Dubliners have any actual reverence for their ancestral traditions whatsoever. It seems like it's just a name to them, a name in a country that allows them to exert control over a lower class populace. Sure, Tara seems to have been liberated from Victoria, but the status quo does not seem to have changed. Brother,
Of course you take her side. She saved your life. But we can't just laugh this off. Tell us, Wake Woman, how do you plan to take responsibility for this? Quiet! This was not solely her responsibility. If you truly wish to hold the Wakemen accountable for disrespecting the leader, we can revisit the matter later.
the Wakemen only gave you this whistle because you motherfuckers haven't been holding funerals as tradition.
Set aside the matters of the ritual objects for now.
Also, technically, the funerals won't do anything because if people die tainted by the purple flame, they can't be buried. They'll just dig themselves out of the ground to wander aimlessly the surrounding lands like spooky zombies. So, solve the problem with the purple flame and then maybe tangentially the dark mist. Look, man, if there's a single event that'll let us kill Eblana on the spot, I think it'd be nice. It'd be nice for that to happen now. But we left the spear on Rhodes Island. Oopsie, we left the spear on Rhodes Island.
Set aside the matter of ritual objects for now. The leader sent me ahead to make sure everyone's enjoying themselves. There are difficult times, so we're keeping things simple. There will be no feast for the ceremony, but feel free to relax until she arrives. Not you, Wake Woman. I expect you to provide Her Highness an explanation for your failure.
Her failure, dog!
Perhaps you could take this chance to curry favor with the other officials. They could put in a good word for you later.
The fuck you want her to do, suck dick? I'll pass on that, thank you.
Like the righteous one, I see.
Brigadier, sir, these fellows, have they always been like this?
Always. Bureaucrat once exhausted himself managing logistics for the Silver Rock Bluffs front. He went days without sleep until he was so worn out that he nearly collapsed under the Nezeru agricultural plate. The cruel officer is a cold-hearted scoundrel, to be sure, but during the war, the wealthy merchants and nobles hoarding grain would tremble at the mere mention of his name. Torture I've seen take pleasure in others wailing and screaming, but I've also seen him charge into the enemy ranks like a rabid tusk beast.
These seem like very fine warriors. in an era of war, but can any of them actually run a nation? Hello? Hello? Can any of them actually run a nation in a non-fascist way?
Now though, had Her Highness not vetoed it, they'd probably enjoy a lavish banquet by now, even with the city as it is.
Will our dear Brigadier even remove that stick from his ass? You look like you're in a bit of a mood too, bureaucrat. What's wrong?
What's wrong is that the city's almost out of grain, and I'm responsible.
Yeah, no shit, dog. Ah, well, what can you do? It was a poor harvest. Besides, didn't I tell you to pin it on the Victorians? That Emma girl said exactly what you told her to, and the townsfolk took the bait. So what's the problem? I fucking told you! I called it from the beginning! The status quo hasn't changed. These motherfuckers sent the grain out, blamed the Victorians for our problems. And now, Theo's life is in danger. Because neighbors have set sight on neighbors. And this Terran society that they're trying to rebuild is getting more insular in how it thinks. It's very spiritually Israeli.
Even if there is a famine, these people treat the leader like a god. They'd never turn on us. Never. Or are you afraid Emma will spill the beans? No, she's been on edge since she got back. She follows instructions to the letter. I'm not worried about that. What worries me is the merchant who met with her. There's been no word from him. Normally we'd have something by this morning. There's a little delay. What's the problem?
What are you two muttering about over there?
Oh, we were discussing that hero, Kulan.
Oh, what about him?
At the time he told us he took out a whole squad of Victorian scouts in the dark woods by himself. 4 or 5 men by using the terrain to his advantage. Said there was one child left behind, but he couldn't bring himself to finish the job. Sound about right. Think about it. Why would a scout squad bring a child with them?
The wait woman already explained that. The scouts had taken hostages, a group of merchants who traveled between Tyre and Victoria, and forced them to guide them through the forest.
Sure, I buy that there was a caravan, but the scouts... I don't know about that.
Oh, what? They're pinning doubt on Kulan now.
But the scouts... I don't know about that.
Oh, so this whole thing has been retelling the story to this writer from the start of the game. Okay, got it. His throat getting dry, the writer grabs his mug only to find it devoid of beer. I feel like the mysterious woman that he's talking to is Eblana. I feel like Eblana and Reed are gonna switch places as leaders of Dublin. There can't be... I don't know. I feel like that's how she's gonna end up on Rhodes Island. She's gonna be unemployed. I feel like that's how this is gonna end off. Not with both of them trying to steer the ship that is the new Terran nation. It's gonna be left to Reed. And then Eblana's gonna peace out, somehow find herself on Rhodes Island, and tell her story in front of this writer. I'll get you some more. That's also how this mysterious woman knew about the old man at the beginning of the story. The old man whose son got turned into a zombie and that she couldn't kill. Only she would know that story, so this is definitely Eblana. The mysterious woman stands up and heads to the bar. The writer leans back in his chair. As has been his habit for many years, he sets about planning how to make the next part of his story captivating. However, as he thinks it through, a sudden tightness grips his heart. Eblana, unemployed. Yep, definitely. Even if this woman is also a survivor, and even if she knows a thing or two about what happened, he cannot simply lay everything out there like he has been. At least, not for the next part. Heavens knows what she would have to say about it. This is just a story, a shadow cast on the wall, not the fire itself. A storyteller must always remember this, or they will find themselves consumed by the flames.
Here you are.
Oh wait, no. Here you are, your beer.
Thank you kindly. Now where were we?
The Dubliner's ugliness at the celebration banquet.
Oh, right. Oh, well then. The true star of the party is about to make her entrance.
Make her entrance, true star. Eblana?
The true star of the party is about to make her entrance. But until then, Dublin's ugly visage will remain, so hideous that no one can face it directly.
Well,
What is it? Is there something crawling on my head? It may be freezing here in the Sauri Sea, but at least there's still bugs. Don't move, I'll grab it. Wait.
The banquet hall suddenly quiets down. Everyone is staring at the bureaucrat's head, where a beetle is perched. A solid gold beetle.
One of the decorations fell down. Go on, put it back.
Are they all here to die? The officer removes the gold beetle from the bureaucrat's head and places it in his palm. The bureaucrat lets out a sigh of relief. He is about to place the beetle back in its original spot when it flutters its diamond-encrusted wings, flies a short distance towards the door, and lands in the center of the hall. He takes a few steps forward, and the beetle, as if tempting him, crawls a little further ahead. Such enthusiasm, Mr. Bureaucrat.
Your Highness! I just wanted to catch this stray beetle for you.
Of course. Why would I blame you for that?
Oh, alright then. By the way, about the sacred instruments I reported to you about.
A trifling matter. What is truly important is that my faithful servants be rewarded for this victory. Blana picks up the beetle from the ground and flattens her palm. The beetle buzzes as it flies towards the door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the very hall where the treasures of the ancient King Gale were once displayed. The furnishings had all been looted by the Victorians, as they are wont to do, but we have finally returned most of them to their rightful places. That beetle you were chasing was awarded personally to a capable official. He was praised for his tireless work in gathering every last grain of the harvest and storing it in the treasury. And now, you are worthy of the same. Without you, our army would likely have collapsed from hunger 100 times over. Go chase it down, for it is yours. As long as it's willing to land on you, you will always have the right to collect our grain.
Yes, thank you.
Now then. Eblana scans the room. Some stare intently at the bureaucrat's back, wondering what rewards they will receive, while others cannot help but glance at the other treasures in the room. The sword that enforces the law, the cloud beast that listens to appeals, the knot that records history, the crystal teardrops that symbolize compassion. None of these motherfuckers symbolize compassion. It seems none of you can stand to wait any longer. How about this then? Everyone, feel free to take whatever it is in this room that you desire. In an instant, it is as if all the treasures come to life, moving on their own. The Cloud Beast statue starts running, the crystals start rolling, the knots begin to twist, and even the ceremonial sword, studded with Sargonian jewels, breaks free from its stand, hopping comically towards the door. Go, my servants. These are my rewards for your loyalty. It is unclear who takes the first step, but once he does, the tide is unstoppable. crowd chases after the treasure, surging out from the banquet hall. Okay. So, kinda messed up. Kinda messed up. Hold up, wait. Did we already read this? Okay, not yet. I've checked every inhabited street and found no sign of Theo anywhere. All I saw were the flames of the townsfolk getting even stronger. Wait, did we already go through this? Oh, okay. We already went through this. EA-3. Oh, that's strange. Eventually runs in Lashini. Dang. I didn't realize we read so fast. I was like, wait a minute. Chapter 2 over? That fast? Okay. EA-3, Suspicion and Impulse. I want to make up for the past and to return home. Other than that, I ask for nothing more. Slightly messed up. Yeah. A lot of things are messed up in the upper echelons of Dublin at the moment. A beetle flies through the dark alley. It flaps its wings fiercely, but only manages to find its way into an abandoned block that few souls tread anymore. Its golden body is too heavy, weighed down even further by the gems on its wings. It can only fly a short distance before coming to rest in a gap between the stone tiles. Are these motherfuckers still chasing the treasures? How'd they come alive anyway? Never mind. Right. Violet flames can probably bring them to life. These motherfuckers are just chasing the treasures all throughout. Found you. I got it. I got it. You got your bug. Now help me get these crystals before they fall into a ditch. Coming. Hold on. I am going to get my cut if I help you, right? Sure, just hurry. You don't want to see these crystals end up in a ditch, do you? Sweet cloud beast, you're mine. Oh good, all the gems on the sword are still there. Where are the Brigadier and the others? Who cares? I feel like these guys are gonna get purged. I feel like this was just a trap. The bureaucrat tucks away the parasite while the officer eagerly watches the crystal tears drop again and again. The ombudsman brusquely manhandles the cloud beast while the torturer raises the sword as though it conferred power over life and death. What a lively scene. All of this treasure is yours, my servants. I'm not so miserly as to withhold them after seeing how much you love them. But what more do you intend to take from me once I have given you these? Let me guess. Ooh! Big CG. A path appears at the dead end of the alley. Even more shiny baubles rush towards it. There is no time to bother with that. Bother what is already in their hands. Hold up, they're all chasing the baubles. They scramble for the treasure on the ground, stuffing it into their pockets, carrying it on their backs and rushing towards the next shiny piece before even standing back up from the last one. None of them care where the path leads. Going to the Solace tomorrow, it's high time I treated myself to something nice. Squeeze these country bumpkins in the Sarisi a little more. Don't forget my share. Can't wait for the townsfolk to send me some Victorian spies. You mean the ones you made up? My, after far more than just wealth, aren't we? A life of luxury, a high status, power over life and death. You want it all. I have nothing against being true to your desires, and what you desire are things that I will not miss. Unfortunately, you happen to be my servants, yet you seem far greedier than I. So goodbye. Go to where you belong. Motherfuckers are gonna get purged. The treasures pave a shiny path before none existed, sending the madmen out of the lair and onto the land. Towards whence the darkness came, the gaping mouth, the dark woods. Oh shit. She led them to the dark woods to be eaten by the man-eating mist. This part is very different from the rest of your work.
I told you, abandon many draft in the process of observing, thinking, and writing. Any and all of them ready to be thrown in at a moment's notice. You really think I'd be sitting here drinking this swill if I could tell this story as a consistent unified narrative? You're the one insisting it gets a proper ending, not me.
True. But if I must regard this passage as your own personal embellishment, should I also consider the rejection of Brigid by the Mist to be creative liberty as well?
No more than the exiled king you forced into the story.
Then what about the rest of the story you're about to tell? Should it be seen as an observation or as a creation?
That's up to you to decide. You want me to tell it or not?
Of course. Go on. Civil War 2 begins. Less of a civil war and more of a cleanup. We're cleaning house. So what was wrong with Emma? Just a cold on top of a mild malnutrition. She didn't look too bad on the outskirts of the dark woods. Sickness in spirit, most likely. Iron for the statue needed to be collected from door to door, and people won't even turn on their lamps to save fuel, never mind food. What could she possibly be shipping out? The grain! She's shipping out all the grain! Under the command of the bureaucrat. She runs a grain store, maybe. Only a grain store? She couldn't have done this on her own. There must be somebody behind her. We also still need to ask about Theo. There's no time to wait on her to come out on her own. Can you hear me, Emma? Niels! Take me with you. Take me with you. No, she's still dreaming. Niels, is that somebody's name? I've seen it written on letters she's gotten. A loved one, if I had to guess. And where might we find them? No idea. It's been a while since the last letter. Niels, scold me. Beat me if you must, but don't abandon me. Bureaucrat told me to smuggle food, so I did. What meaning is there in a life without you? What point is there being kind to others? Well, that was convenient. This motherfucker is sleep talking and expositioning. She's sleep expositing. The bureaucrat. Dublin. There's so much food in the city, a single cart won't make a difference. There's no food in the city. A single cart won't make a difference. Won't make a difference. Should we keep trying to wake her up? Wait. Why wasn't it you who lived? Those accursed Victorians, why did their child live? A child of Victorians? Theo! Why? It'll be alright, my dear. I'll make things right. Wait for me, Niels. Wait for me, my love. I can't see you, my love. I can't see you. Why? Why? The Victorians who killed you have been chased out. The last Victorian bastard died before my eyes. Wait. No, Hypergriff! Hypergriff! Niels? Sweat fills Emma's fevered brow. Tormented by nightmares, she instinctively grabs the sheets beneath her, but it does not stop her from trembling. Hypergriff, what did you mean by the last Victorian bastard dying before her eyes? The other two stand up at the same time. Where is Theo? It's already past curfew. Will we be able to move freely? Stick with me. If the mist wants to take either of us, let it try. Wait, someone's coming over from the Citadel. Who is it? Looks like Dublin. It's... the Brigadier. What's going on? It's like he's a walking ghost. Brigadier!
Who's there? Lashini. Go back now. Back to...
Happened.
No. Nothing happened tonight.
We have a lead on the food shortage, sir. The owner of the grain store was instructed by the bureaucrat to smuggle food out of Nasarisi. We may be able to get it back if we're quick.
Bureaucrat. I should have known. But it's too late. Everything's too late.
Why? Do you know where the food went?
Not the food. Me. Us. Thank you for informing me, but I...
What is going on? Tell me!
No. Nothing happened tonight.
Don't give me that Zorro bullshit, nothing happened. I can't imagine what could have turned you, a warrior with no qualms about killing for the greater good, into this. Did you and Dublin found this nation over the corpses of so many just to starve your own people to death here? Exactly! Call them on their bullshit.
No. Never. Thank you for informing me. I will deal with it personally. But do not mention the name Dublin ever again. But your promise. Do not ever set foot on these streets again tonight. Especially do not break curfew with someone insignificant as you're doing now. This is for your own good.
Lashini opens her mouth to speak, but the Brigadier shows no acknowledgement. He turns around and walks towards the outskirts of the city with heavy, dragging steps. Are we gonna do what he says? Hide? No, Nemos needs to know about Theo. Do you know where she lives? It's a wee bit far, practically the other side of the Nasari Sea. Then that's where we're going. We're not even gonna confirm if there's a body? Nemo's house is just ahead. That was easy. Seems the mist didn't get into the city tonight. Nemos? Are you home? Nemos? Hey, didn't she say she'd be at the Dublin victory party? Is she not back yet? The Brigadier was leaving the Citadel. The party should have been over. Miss Lashini? Bridget? Lashini is about to speak when her gaze meets Nemo's. Her eyes are even blanker than the Brigadier's were. What's going on? Did something happen at the victory party? No, nothing happened tonight. What are you two doing here? Quick, inside. You mustn't be out on the streets tonight. As Nemo's hurries Lashini and Bridget inside, the Brigadier passes beyond the boundaries of Nasari Sea. He walks into the forest, where there is nothing but darkness, towards the depths of the dark mist. Wait, was he tempted into the mist too? Then the food carts that had been smuggled out of Nasari Sea slowly emerge from it. They will return to Nasari Sea's agricultural plate before dawn. What? Wait, did the forest prevent them from smuggling it out? And it's like, I know you're looking for the goods. Here, have the supplies back. Hold up. Okay. Maybe I wasn't reaching that there might be an entity inside the forest, keeping watch of things. Fairies or whatever they are, a Fahrenheit, who knows? Something kept the supplies inside the borders. The next day, The city gets the smallest reprieves from the food shortage. No one notices the Brigadier never returned from the dark woods. What? My mans never came back? Was it a trade? Fair trade, fair trade. One man's, a couple corrupt mans for the supplies. Food mysteriously appear at their agricultural plate before making its way to the grain stores across the city. It falls well short of truly solving the problem. But it was far more than just the Brigadier who never came back, though the people of the city do not know it yet. Once again, the sun rises without pity or care. The dragon and the wayward wake woman walk the streets, watching with shock how now commonplace brawls descend into even more brutal violence. The nomad knocks on the blacksmith's door. She brings woeful news. Oh my god, they actually killed the boy. Bro, they did it off screen! They off screen, Theo? Oh, never mind. We're getting the full brunt of it. I get it. Oh, shit. Bro. This is what you get for having a nondescript NPC avatar. NPC sprite. You got no plot armor, Theo. Only playable characters get plot armor. And we gotta kill a few NPCs here and there in an Arknights event to make sure there are stakes. Ouch. What the hell's wrong with you, Theo? You have eyes. Use them. Oh, sorry, Mr. Rory. I was hoping to try my luck over at Lagran Street. See if I can get some potatoes. Get lost. Sorry.
Look out! The burden beast's panicking. Out of the way! Oh shit! Stupid coachman, you nearly ran me over. Get back here.
Was it a hit and run?
That dung for brains ran off just like that.
Mr. Rory, I...
Look who did get run over. Serves you right.
What the fuck?
You're not going anywhere now. Let's go see the Dublin folks. Maybe they'll give me potatoes for handing over a traitor. Better stick to the back streets. Can't have anyone else taking my spy.
What the fuck? The man grabs the boy's collar and drags him into a small, empty alley. The boy groans in anguish. Hypergriff, you're gonna brutalize the boy like this? He's not even sarcasm and he's getting the sarcasm treatment?
Weird. Did I forget the way?
Give me my potatoes. Go and buy your own. They still have some at the shop. Give them back. Who's this?
They still have potatoes?
The man glances towards the voices and then at the broken body of the boy whose arm he's still grabbing. Jesus Christ, dog! He got hit and run by a burden beast? And they're just trying to drag him for some reward that doesn't exist?
He's dying. Would the Dubliners even give me anything for this dying kid? Would they even get anything out of him? It's your lucky day, traitor.
Bro? The man shakes off the boy's hand, which has been grabbing his sleeve, and walks off briskly towards the voices.
My leg, it hurts.
I can't stand. Oh no, it's the shopkeep. It's Mrs. Emma. Mrs. Emma? Who's there? Who's calling my name? I did as you asked. Just leave me alone. Emma. Theo, what happened? I got hit by a carriage, then left behind here. I'm not a Victorian spy, Mrs. Emma. Please help me. Take me to Mr. Colan. A Victorian spy? It's all happening so fast. It hurts so much. I know the Victorians did bad things. Nobody likes me. Nobody listens to me. Nobody wants to get close to me. But could you at least find Mr. Kalan? It hurts. It's so cold. When I grow up, I'll find the Victorians and take revenge for Mr. Niels. Should not have said that. Maybe I'd have helped you, Theo, if Niels was the only one who died. Mrs. Emma? You know that Niels died in the war, but even more people died without ever seeing the battlefield. You Victorians blocked off the supply routes. You still are. So many people starved, including me. Including the child Niels left behind. The child inside me. He starved to death because of you Victorians. Hypergrip, what are you doing? Find someone else to get Kalan for you. They're all good people. Unlike me. Very good people. You can atone for delivering the grain! Yeah. It's been a while since we had a depressing Arknights event. Just when we thought things could have stayed goofy for a while, hold up. Here's the wrecking ball, baby! Here's the Despresso machine. Fire up the coffee in the Despresso machine. The Depresso machine.
Emma. How could you do that to him, Emma? What could have changed you so much?
I'm not defending her, Kulan. She wasn't the only one there that day.
No, she wasn't.
Sorry, shouldn't have said that.
No, you're absolutely right. You wanted to take Theo with you, didn't you? What did you see?
He was being bullied. I'm not talking about squabbles between kids. By adults.
I intervened the first time I saw it. I thought it wouldn't happen again.
But it did. A lot. I had a bad feeling that he didn't belong here, that there was no place for him in the Sarisi, but I never thought...
I understand. You should go.
Lan?
I said I understand.
You...
I said I understand! Now go! Get out! Leave me! Leave me for a while. Please.
Sorry. The blacksmith stands silent in the room. All is quiet save for the crackling of the fire.
Theo,
Too many things have passed him by. Too many things he could not understand. He no longer has the strength to find out why. To separate cause from effect. The only thing he knows is that he never achieved anything.
What kind of hero am I?
Yeah, what kind of hero are you? Who is this? The blacksmith looks around him. There's no one else in the smithy save for the empty eye sockets of the dragon statue, now glaring at him accusingly. Grandpappy, is that you?
What kind of hero are you? What kind of hero am I? What kind of hero would leave a child to the mercy of abuse and ill will? What kind of hero would allow food to be smuggled out of the city under his very nose until there is nothing left? All while doing nothing more than handing out a few shriveled potatoes to his neighbors. What kind of hero would shut himself in his smithy while the city descends into bedlam, all to satisfy his own pathetic vanity by etching his name into a pedestal? No! It's not out of vanity. All I wanted was to use the title of the hero to bring happiness to our countrymen who lost everything in the war, as you told Nemos. Like now. The weak you swore to protect are dead and gone. The justice you swore to uphold has fallen into darkness. The people you swore to bring happiness to, Emma and Rory, are they even your people anymore? Or are they the dead, living in the past? The dead? Living in the past? Your heart still dreams of the future, vain as it is, but them, they are the walking dead, stuck in the past. Who is it you are calling your countrymen? The wretch who spends his days brandishing an antique sword he salvaged from the flames. The smuggler who let an innocent child die because she miscarried her own. Townsfolk who no longer know anything but hate in the face of change. Go on. Go out and find someone. Anyone. Ask them what their plan for the future is. What do you think their answer will be?
The blacksmith's hammer falls to the ground with a loud crash. He glares at the dragon's head.
No. No. It's you who's trapping them in the past. I collected the plates and bowls my people used every day, lit the fuel they relied on for warmth and light just to feed you. You monster. I don't know about the food, but the metal and the fuel. It was me. I fed you those pots and pans. I put the people's livelihoods into your mouth with my own hands, all so you could grow and grow. You've devoured everything in my life. Then you devoured Theo himself. Theo. It was me. I nurtured the monster that took your life.
Bro, everyone's got problems in this fucking city.
Soon it will stand in the square of Samuin, spread its wings and turn everyone in the city into the dead. Those who could only live in the past. You're right, monster. I'm no hero. I'm a fraud. A vain, pathetic fraud. Once I fooled others, now the only one I'm fooling is myself. But they need me. They need you. They need a hero to wake them up, to tell them that the war is over, that what really matters is what lies ahead. The future. Tomorrow. You think you're the one? I am the one.
Sure, I guess. It's not like anyone is trying to claim the title. Not like Ablana gives a fuck. The blacksmith walks away from the forge with resolute steps. He takes the thickest metal chain he can find and walks back to the dragon, its empty eyes still fixated upon him.
Come with me. Where to? To the square. It's not Samhain yet. Can wait no more. I will not wait for your ominous prophecies to come true. Come with me. I will dismantle you. Return our lives to the people.
The dragon does not move. In the eyes of the blacksmith, however, he sees the dragon bow its head. Perhaps mockingly, perhaps invitingly. So there's still the issue of the food. We've had our fair dose of classic Arknights depression. There's the issue of the food and the purple flames. How are we gonna fix that? Reed, Nemos, I'm back. Kalan's in a bad place right now. You should go see him. How about on your end? What's going on in the city? People are still looking for spies. Victorian spies. Are they off their rockers? Terran or Victorian, we're all human. We gotta keep fighting to the death like this when the war's already over. Tell them, Nemos. Tell them that Dublin made him go hungry and was punished by the Red Dragon. The food's now. Do not mention the word Dublin ever again, Bridget. The leader's orders. I only overheard whispers about the food at the Victorian party, at the victory party. No evidence, no trial, I don't even know how it got back. Besides, news about all those missing people hasn't spread at all. How am I supposed to explain it? Everyone's still... They're still shadowboxing the Victorians in their head. Sure, the food's back, but that's just a bit of food. There's still hate growing in their hearts. This Terran nation is getting more insular and insular by the second. A Victorian boy died. As a result of it, this nation is dying. It's not growing, it's not thriving. Someone needs to take the reins. It's not gonna be Ablana. It can't be Ablana. She's the one killing it. If they can't be reasoned with, we'll do this the hard way. What do you mean? When I came back, I told myself I would never be your shadow again. But if the true leader is refusing to show her face and take responsibility, then I must step up if only to calm the people. What about Kalan? Everyone knows him as a hero. Things would be much simpler if he's willing to help. He should still be at the smithy. I'll lead the way. As for you, Bridget, you should leave the city as soon as possible. She's been trying to. The woods won't let her out. Why? Well, if we and Kalan both failed, then the people will. They're gonna turn their sights on Bridget and... What, the Wakemen? I see. They don't much like me here, so I just get in the way. Is that it? I'm sorry, Bridget, that's not what I meant, but it's true. Don't worry, I'll try my luck in the Dark Woods. 6 times the charm. The Dark Woods didn't take you, at least. They're keeping you here for some reason. They gave back the food for some reason. Kalan. Is he not in? What the? They are both rendered speechless. The door of the smithy. No, the entire front wall of the smithy is gone. The wall, which was supposed to stay up until the statue was finished, is now a pile of rubble. Visible through it is a long trail leading to the square, along with drag marks so broad they span almost the entire breadth of the road. Okay! Everyone's losing their shit. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. We're done with that. Everyone casually losing their shit. Okay, so people died as usual when it comes to Arknights. I think we're gonna do EA-4 to what? 6 or SE2 next time? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, yeah. The nation of Tara doesn't seem to be thriving whatsoever. Dublin just reinforcing a status quo upon the Terrans. Things haven't changed whatsoever. Eblana seemingly doesn't want to take responsibility for whatever's going the fuck on in the city. There's famine. There's paranoia spreading all throughout. Someone's got to take action eventually, which is why Reed is here. Ablana eventually gonna become unemployed. Probably gonna leave running the city to Reed once she solves all the problems. But until then, we have to wade through all of this bullshit. Hopefully our man's dragon statue doesn't, get into conflict with Reed or some shit. He said he wants to take over, but I don't know. I don't know what qualifications he has to run Tara, but a lot of people are losing it, which is all I'm saying. Anyway, that'll be that for now. Thank you everyone to stop by, chilled out, and chat, and watched us read and react through the first few chapters of When Elegies Are Ashes. We will continue our story reading next week. And then the week after that, this weekend, we will have EX stages. And then on Sunday, the usual, Monster Prom. But until then, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see friendos next time. Bye-bye.